Ihr seht alle so schön aus in euren gelben T-Shirts der European Basketball League an diesem Final Four Tag im zweiten Halbfinale unseres SYNTAINICS MBC gegen Manchester Basketball. So we're looking forward to the second semi-final, SYNTAINICS MBC Manchester, and I hope you're doing well. How are you, Manchester? Runde. Wie geht's euch? Wie geht's in Wolfsbau? Und deswegen begrüßen wir unsere Maskottchen. Hier ist Jawohl! Und mit dem Wolf fragen wir euch: Wolfsbau, seid ihr bereit für Europa? Seid ihr bereit fürs Halbfinale? Dann kommt hier unsere Hymne!
Wir gehen zusammen, Seite an Seite, unzertrennlich. Orange und Blau sind unsere Farben, Wölfe sind treu und unbestechlich. Wir folgen unseren Träumen, Angel, ein Ziel. Umgeben von unseren Freunden, das ist mehr als nur ein Spiel. Ziehen wir uns, ziehen wir den Wölfen, alleine stark, doch gemeinsam unbesiegbar. Ziehen wir uns, ziehen wir den Wölfen, folgen dem Ruf, ganz tief in dir. Die Wölfe sind wir, echte Wölfe schlafen nicht, sind immer füreinander da, eine Gemeinschaft, die niemals zerbricht, ein Gefühl, das schon immer in uns war. Wir folgen unseren Träumen, ein Weg, ein Ziel, umgeben von unseren Freunden, das hier ist mehr als nur ein Spiel. Ziehen wir uns, ziehen wir den Wölfen, alleine stark, doch gemeinsam unbesiegbar. Ziehen wir uns, ziehen wir den Wölfen, folgen dem Ruf, ganz tief in dir. Die Wölfe sind wir, ziehen wir den Wölfen, ziehen wir den Wölfen. Ziehen wir uns, ziehen wir den Wölfen, ziehen wir uns, ziehen wir den Wölfen. Orange und Blau, wir fiebern mit dir. Der Wolfsbau ist unser Revier. Ziehen wir uns, ziehen wir den Wölfen, folge dem Ruf, ganz tief in dir. Die Wölfe sind wir, ziehen wir uns, ziehen wir den Wölfen, alleine stark, doch gemeinsam unbesiegbar. Ziehen wir uns, ziehen wir den Wölfen, folge dem Ruf, ganz tief in dir. Die Wölfe sind wir.
Die Wölfe, das sind wir, we are the Wolves. Und das ist das Semifinale, das Halbfinale in der European Basketball League beim Final Four. Und jetzt geht's zum Finale Warm-Up, Final Warm-Up in der Stadthalle in Town Hall. Und deswegen sagen wir nochmal: herzlich willkommen, welcome für unsere Maskottchen, hier ist der Wolf! Und er hat schon ein Halbfinale in seinem Knochen in der Stimme. Hier ist die Stimme des Wolfsbaus. Hier ist Tommy! Hallo!
to Stadthalle live from Weissenfels for the ENBL Femodron Final Four. We had an incredible matchup before where Shiki Vashava punched their ticket to the final. We had experience in that game. Both of those teams made it to last year's Final Four, but this narrative is different for this one. Two teams, first year in the competition, trying to make a name for themselves. Manchester basketball versus the host, SYNTAINICS. In the atmosphere, and here is bananas. Manchester all the way from the United Kingdom.
So, the protagonist of the match,
dressed up in red
referees,
against the home team who has packed the house. I'm your commentator, Drew Lasker. It's a pleasure to be with you this afternoon. The competition started all the way back in October. But now, months later, 4 teams. One team already punching their ticket. A lot of questions to be answered in the next 2 hours. Will the home team be able to make it 4 out of 5 teams that make it to the championship game? Or is it Manchester that come in here battle-tested after going blow for blow with Dynamo Zagreb? Will that experience push them through this daunting, incredible, intimidating environment here in Germany? This is the first, ladies and gentlemen, the first team that a team from the Bundesliga has hosted this incredible tournament. And the city has not let us down. It's been an incredible couple of days. SYNTAINICS has hosted very well, have been very kindly to all 3 teams. But this is where it stops now. They're looking to put their foot down on top of Manchester basketball and take care of business here in Weissenfels. 5 minutes away from the action. You see the razzmatazz. Lights out, fire on. I can barely hear myself. That's how incredible it is here. It's deafening for Manchester basketball in their 2nd year of existence, looking to deafen it, the noise, block out the cheering fans that's here in capacity, and write their own story for the new franchise. Home team being announced, flags waving. I just gotta make sure I don't get burnt. It's fire everywhere. This is what it's all about. Why wouldn't you want to be part of this? I guarantee you right now, Manchester is on the opposite end watching these introductions. The chest is pounding. The butterflies are swimming in the stomach. But I know they are locked in, ready to go.
And assistants are written on
SYNTAINICS versus Manchester basketball.
Fells, and I'm here having now the coach of Manchester Basketball, and they will play against SYNTAINICS MBC, so a tough start. But first saying, you had a great season so far in the Super League, performed well, and then you defeated Zagreb. What made the difference that you were now in the Final Four and not Zagreb?
You know, just our chemistry. I think we have a good team. You know, we have a mix of a lot of rookies. But, you know, for us, the chemistry, these road trips, you can really see the guys bond, how they're in the locker room. You know, obviously they're extremely talented, but, you know, the chemistry between these guys is what makes them different and able to separate. For example, the game in Zagreb, you know, everybody was locked in, everyone was ready to go, and that's what put us over the top.
That's what you wish as a coach, of course, right? Now you are playing against the home team here. That's going to be a big background. What is, do you think, the key to make it to the final tomorrow for being SYNTAINICS MBC your opponent?
Playing our pace. You know, we see MBC is real methodical. They really like half court. Smart coach, you know, they have a playbook. It's really big, but it's more about how we guard their actions, how we guard specific personnel, and not letting them make it a half-court game. You know, we're a pace team. We're a team that likes to get out in the run, and that's the difference. So for us, it's our style, not theirs. This is going to make the difference for us. Okay.
Good game, high competitive game, and I hope you enjoyed the time here in Weissenfels. Thank you. Second semi-final here in the ENBL Imodrome top 4 in Weissenfels, and I'm speaking now to Milenko Bogudjevic, head coach of the SYNTAINICS MBC. So the victories in the ENBL carried you through the seasons with ups and downs. So how important is it for you to do that here at home, to have this top 4 and reached it here in Weissenfels?
For sure, this is like important, you know, like every coach and every player, you dream about that. They have that are in this situation, they have like a opportunity to win something. This is big trophy for sure. Also, this is nice that we have a chance to play in our gym. Certain pressure, but it's positive pressure. This is also, I hope, we play in front of our fans. They will give us probably enough support to win the game. So we are happy that we have a chance to win something, and we'll try to do our best.
And that's probably how you motivate your team as well. So now you play against Manchester Basketball. They have high expectations in that game. So what is the key thing you have to take away from their game to be at the end the winner of tonight's game?
For sure, we play against really good team. You know, they have a great athleticism in their team. Also, a couple of players who are really have a great ability to score, and they have a great individual skill level. So we need to be on a high level of energy, of athleticism, like they do. And for sure that every game we need to fight. We need to take care about small details, small things, you know, to fight. And I think this is, then we have a chance because we really respect them. They play good basketball, so we need to fight and play with the full energy.
That's what the
Well, let's get ready to hoop. Final 4 action, game number 2. You feel that? You hear that? SYNTAINICS, the hosts, 6-0 in the competition. And you can see why. The atmosphere is intimidating. SYNTAINICS in the beautiful black laced out with the gold. But Manchester Basketball from UK not looking phased as we are moments away from tip-off. Our referee crew, Marius Chulin, will toss it up along with Bagna Podakinska and Jonas Kavan. Observer Oscar Lucius, and we are ready for the action. Let's get it on. SYNTAINICS, first possession inside. Patiently going around the defense and finishes it off. Getting the party started out the gate offensively. Trout chanting defense. 30 seconds into the matchup. Here's PJ Smith. An explosive guard as calls teams, all kind of issues, along with this fella as well, Max Jones, and SYNTAINICS out the gate defensively, smothering. A fantastic defensive possession there by the home team, setting a tone, saying it ain't gonna be easy. Second possession. Callison. Stolen away. Zach Irvin, one-on-one, steps around the defense, and Manchester basketball is on the board. Great defensive effort by Manchester basketball. New signing. Mitchell signing late as Kyrie Thomas doing exactly what he did in the NBA, and that's getting buckets. First three ball of the afternoon. 5-2, Max Jones getting inside. Not before he's fouled. Max Jones, the lefty. And with Manchester basketball, they have an incredible three-headed monster. PJ Smith, Mac Jones, and Jordan Johnson, who come off the bench. Pay attention to the stylistic differences between both of these teams. Manchester more up and down, really pacey, explosive guard play, isolation. Meanwhile, SYNTAINICS more of a traditional, really thumbing through those sets and getting through each and every option. Max Jones, 90% from the free throw line this season, take care of business, 5-4. Thomas skips it over. Callison, ball screen, action, pulls up, rises. Nicholson taps it last, so we'll stay here. Baseline out of bounds, 14 seconds on the clock. 1 point difference in this one. Callison frees up. Ball screen action. Runs out of real estate. Thomas floats it over the top, and he's 2 for 2. Manchester's turn. Max Jones left wide open on the wing. Usually so efficient there, not this time. But Nicholson doing a great job of getting another opportunity. PJ Smith. And SYNTAINICS dodging a bullet of that 2-guard monster there. Planning it. Nice dump inside. Big fella travels. Great catch there by our lead official. Take a look there at Thomas. He's described as a straight-up bucket getter. Smith inside. And this is where Manchester will have an advantage. Soon as you see one of those bigs switch on, I'm putting my money on the Manchester guards getting downhill each and every time. PJ Smith, rookie, having an incredible season in the ENBL. 14 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, but then also domestically getting the job done. PJ Smith is on the board. If you're Manchester, you just want to survive the first 5 minutes. If you can survive the first 5 minutes of the atmosphere, you should be in good position as Pleninik stretches in with the left hand. Well, Pleninik felt as though it was an offensive foul on Nicholson, but instead, blocking call, foul call. But that's Planinic. That's his second. See right here. Well, he did a great job of squaring up and getting in front, but I wonder if it's a impeding on the offensive player's movement that was called there. SYNTAINICS 3-team fouls. Max Jones getting inside. Great hands there by Thomas.
Substitution, SYNTAINICS MBC.
First substitution of the day. Planinic with those 2 fouls will go and have a seat. And just when you thought, okay, we'll get a little break on the height, well, Nikic comes in and Max Jones, who gets the party started. But we're all locked up here at 9. Foster inside. Little too heavy on that one. 10 on the clock. Big fella showing off the moves, going with the left. Great defense by Nicholson. Here's Mitchell. Smith. Oh, behind the back, gets inside to the left hand, drops it off, runs out of real estate, not before a kick ball. Off of his foot. Did a good job of getting inside the teeth of the defense, but B.J. Smith, only 5'10", has to be prepared to see trees all night long because the front line of SYNTAINICS is quite large. Inside, nice finish. (11-9) here in this semifinal, second game. Live from Weissenfels. Zach Irvin going with the Hakeem shake and bake. Not this time. Gets his own offensive rebound. Gives Mitchell a look and money in the bank. And that's what Zach Irvin, does. The glue guy of Manchester. Piecing together this team, stitch by stitch. Thomas. Callison, his first look of the evening, short. Offensive rebound, he'll get another crack at it. P.J. Smith climbing the elevator. Max Jones getting inside with the left hand, finishing with the right, switching up, and he will be fouled. Well, you can already see this cat and mouse stylistically. Again, I mentioned Manchester so elusive, so quick, so explosive, getting 10 toes in the paint. Meanwhile, SYNTAINICS a little bit slower, methodical, as the MVP sees his first taste of the action. Spencer Reeves, number 31. Well, Mac Jones, usually so reliable there, 90% on the season. I'll chalk that one up to the fans. Here's Callison playing ball screen action. Sticking in. Big time bucket there by Juricic. Here's Jordan Johnson, again, part of that guard three-head monster, so shifty. Not able to convert on his first look, and Manchester will continue to go to the well. Big 12 Defensive Player of the Year, Asa Bowen, gives Matt Nicholson a blow. So both teams starting to go to their bench mob. 6 minutes into this one. Callison. Foster left alone, right. And he's 0 for 2 from downtown. Ended up with his own offensive rebound, but not before he's pushed by the Manchester defender. And that's Manchester's first team foul. Max Jones, as he picks up the first, and he will go and get a blow. 14-12 here. Callison over to Reeves, the MVP. Been terrific this campaign. Callison looking to go with the long 1-2 pull-up. Comes up empty. Mitchell usually so efficient from downtown. Reeves doing a great job of just initiating that contact with P.J. Smith. He's equipped with an incredible quick first step. You see it right here, just, and then as he goes, just throws that left arm in just to make sure he connects with the defender. Very savvy. He comes over the Iverson screen. They look to go inside, outside, 3-ball, Thomas short. So far, SYNTAINICS, Cole from the outside, 2 for 7 to start this one. Foul count starting to even up as Manchester has gobbled up their third team foul. 3 minutes to go in this one, 14-12. Home team with the advantage. Callison, 5 on the clock. Got to make it happen. Dribble, tween, inside, rises over Irving. Great defense. Johnson. He has been a problem for everyone to guard this season. Osabun somehow gives it to Carey. Carey can't connect. Thomas surveying the paint. Nothing there, so decides to go into a ball screen action. Gets inside, muscles in, and finishes the play on P.J. Smith. Thomas just doing a great job of just muscling all the way to the rim. What a story. NBA experience with the Houston Rockets after being a second-round pick in 2008, traded to the Detroit Pistons. Even had a stretch on a 10-day contract with the Rockets where he averaged 16 points in 5 games. And I'm sure after the Rockets lost to the Lakers last night, they could use his services as he completes the 3-point play. SYNTAINICS' biggest lead of the night at 5. Max Jones back inside, drops it off. Osabun. And the trust there on that ball screen action from Max Jones, just to know that Osabun was going to be there because he was shaded by his defender, just kind of wrapped it around. And Osabun, perhaps the air is a little bit thicker here in Germany as he comes up well short on that first one. Only 44% from the free throw line this season, so he's seen his struggles. Can't draw anything out of the ATM on that trip. Meanwhile, Thomas getting back inside, dribble, weaves. Osabuo's first foul. And as terrific as he is as a defender, I mentioned Big 12 Defensive Player of the Year. Doing a great job domestically in the Super League, but does have a habit of picking up fouls as Thomas misses the first. Thomas splitting 2. Final 2 minutes, finishing quarters. Always so important in these big matchups. Who will win these last 2 minutes? Osabuo nowhere to go. Zach Irving from the corner. And Manchester suddenly has gone cold from the outside. Thomas drops it off. Nice pocket pass to the big fella, and Coach Matt Otten can feel a little bit of the momentum shift, and we will have our first time out of this semifinal. Thomas has done a good job of just finding the little creases inside Manchester defense. Max Jones able to get one down early, but since then, offense has kind of dried up for Manchester. Kyrie Thomas leading all scorers with 9 points. Not far behind him, Nemanja Jurisic with 5. Well, Manchester, the first adversity that they're experiencing, 8-point deficit, and because you're on the opponent's home floor, you don't want them to build a lead and get this crowd rocking and injecting them with even more enthusiasm. Turnover in the backcourt, 126 here. Thomas with the hot hand, able to consistently get inside the paint. Drops it off to Reeves, nearly stolen away. Southpaw, and the MVP strokes his first attempt of the night. SYNTAINICS up 11. Mitchell. And Max Jones temporarily quiets the crowd. Thomas again and again and again. Getting inside. Offensive rebound by Nicholson. Nicholson is just so good at that, just finding a way to always be in the right place. And you see it there, just nothing that Bloomgren can do on that besides tangle up with the big fella. Well, 43% from the line this season for Nicholson. Manchester has gotten the whistle, just has not been able to take advantage this evening. 5 for 10 from the free throw line. They could do with a stop here. Bloomgren over to Reeves. MVP, southpaw. Runs out of space here. Bloomgren. Offensive foul called on the drive as he made contact there with Jordan Johnson. You just see that left arm at full extension. You can get away with it if you chicken wing it, but anytime that elbow is extended, it's always an offensive foul. 1 second between shot clock and game clock. Jordan Johnson, probably one of the best in the entire competition at this. Mitchell, fade away, perfect. And what a way to end the quarter. Manchester getting scored, getting stopped.
Viertel, 25, 18.
Wir haben Wohnungen in jeder Größe. Wohnungsverwaltung Weißenfels.
Welcome back to the Stadthalle. Live from Wiesenfels, Germany, playing host to game number 2 in the European North Basketball League Vimodrom Final Four. History is on their side. 3 out of the 4 hosts have made it on to the championship game. And SYNTAINICS looking to follow the script. Manchester down 7, has yet to really get going offensively, but nice lob there. Jones connecting with Matt Nicholson. Thomas, just so good in that first quarter of getting to his spots. 11 points. Gets a defender in the air. Nice offensive rebound by Reeves. Fresh clock. Callison. Max Jones going behind the ball screen. Callison can't take advantage. Another offensive rebound. This time by Welp. He ain't gonna miss. Kyrie Thompson. Thomas, excuse me. Has the hot hand here early. Stolen away by Reeves. Fast break opportunity, and he finishes it with the right hand. Spencer Reed with 5. Turning defense into offense, and just like that, Manchester knocking on the door. SYNTAINICS responds. Ball knocked loose. Backcourt violation. And back-to-back turnovers for Manchester. We take a look at Thomas. 14 points, and then Reeves. The home team doing a great job forcing back-to-back turnovers, looking to build the lead. Environment growing. Reeves. And he does such a great job of, because that first step is so quick, he gets you off balance, and then as you're trying to erratically get back into play, he just draws contact with your body. Just such a savvy individual. You can see why he walked away with the MVP this year. Well, he's left alone this time, and Spencer Reeves turning up the heat here in the Chalet. SYNTAINICS up 13. Manchester just needed a shot. Haven't had one in a while. Johnson splitting the screen, getting inside. Draws a foul on Callison.
Our 23 MBC shots carries to the second to foul first.
It's just so nice how he's able to come under the left arm of Callison, which draws the foul. Jordan Johnson. It's his first point. That's all you need from him. He just needs to see that ball go down, because he's like Quicker Oats. He can heat up quick. Knocks down both. Callison. Over to Thomas. Thomas been unguardable so far. Cat and mouse behind the ball screen. Doesn't finish, tips it away. Can't finish the second. Manchester out with it. Looking to run for the first time in a very long time. This is where they thrive, but SYNTAINICS doing a good job of getting back. Nicholson drops it off. Offensive foul, and what a defensive play there by Welp. Anticipated the roll and just laid back in the weeds there, and surprise. Able to set his feet and draw the foul. Right now, everything feeling congested for Manchester basketball, who usually loves to get out and run and gun, but the Germans not having it, and this time again, Reeves drawing another foul. And it seems as though every time he draws a foul, a Manchester basketball defender is grabbing the face, jaw, nose. Reeves steps away, and Spencer Reeves, the MVP, off the bench, causing havoc in Germany. Mitchell gets his own offensive rebound. So far, it's the Spencer Reeves and Kyrie Thomas show, carrying the lion's share offensively, but then showcasing the playmaking skills as well. A take foul there, so he can get, I mean, what a luxury. Mitchell gets his own offensive rebound on this attempt here. But you go sit your MVP down with 11 quick points in 8 minutes, and then you say, hey, Thomas, you ready? 25 out of SYNTAINICS, 38 points. Meanwhile, Manchester looking for some type of airspace and can't get it because it's blocked by Welp. Mitchell, 7 on the clock, hemmed up in the corner, escapes, gets inside, body to body. Terrific defense by Foster. And the physicality really standing out here. I think for Manchester, the only way you're going to get back in this one is if you put your boxing gloves on, strap those wrists with white tape and punch back, because the physicality of SYNTAINICS, they aren't allowing anything in transition. Manchester only 2 fast break points. They aren't letting the guards, Max Jones, P.J. Smith, and Jordan Johnson, shake loose. So you got to start to find another way. Johnson, mismatch, a little shake and bake, steps back to the left, and Jordan Johnson, right on cue. Anytime you need a bucket all season long, off the bench, somehow he's just able to deliver as Welp stands in the landing space, but the concentration to still knock it down. And that pushes Johnson to 6. If you're Manchester, you could really do with a stop here. You see the defensive change here. They've gone to a 1-2-1. 1-2-2, excuse me. But that's not the right guy you want to leave open. You know why? Because Kyrie Thompson has on a white coat, a white hat, and a wooden spoon, because he is cooking in the Chat Halle. Well, SYNTAINICS 41, Manchester basketball 28. And the team from Great Britain is in a little bit of a pickle as the mascot comes and visits the commentary booth. Manchester is in a little bit of a pickle here, struggling to see any daylight offensively, and defensively is really having a hard time to solve Kyrie Thomas and the Spencer Reeves duo. Max Jones, only 5 seconds, has to pull a rabbit out the hat. Not before he's fouled on the floor. Bailed out there by Jurisic.
Number 42, SYNTAINICS MBC reminder, second foul.
That will be his second foul. Fresh clock for Manchester. Double away screen for Max Jones. Nothing there, but it leaves Mitchell free, and Mitchell can't stick it. Again, Nicholson with another opportunity. This is where I think Manchester has to find some success inside to the big fella, because on the other side, called.
Number 8
on Mitchell, his first.
Mitchell, first foul, 14 foul.
Planinik. His first visit to the free throw line today as he misses the first. With a 26-year-old Croatian averaging 9 points and 5 rebounds in the ENBL this season. In his 8th season professionally. 61% from the free throw line as he splits the 2, and he will go have a seat. And then what do? Bring in more big guys. Nikic back in the action. Foul called on the floor.
Number 9 is Nikic's first foul.
That's Nikic. First foul. But Manchester is in the bonus, so for the remaining 4:32, they will get some free looks, but Nicholson already 1 for 2 on the afternoon, misses the first. Takes care of business on the second. If you're Manchester, can you just survive the storm? Can you get into the half in single figures? That would be success. Because the tempo, the physicality is being dominated right now by MBC. But they get their stop. Max Jones left with a little bit of airspace, and that's more like it for Manchester basketball. As Max Jones able to see a little bit of daylight and forces MBC into a timeout. For the home team, and it's that fella right there. Kyrie Thomas, 17 points in 13 minutes. 4:08 remaining here in the half. Manchester showing a little pressure here in the backcourt. Thomas temporarily loses it. Number 30, Duke Shelton, getting his first action of the afternoon. One thing about Shelton, when you hear the word physicality, saliva falls from his mouth. Max Jones. Got it. Max Jones with back-to-back buckets. Manchester inside 10, 8-point deficit. MBC looking to respond. Nice finish. And the nimbleness by Jurisiewicz. Very quick getting downhill as Jordan Johnson's tripped up. again, Manchester's in the bonus.
Substitution, SYNTAINICS MBC number 9, ENBLeague.
You can see
Second foul.
Foster downhill waiting on him. It's like they know the scouting report when he gets to the middle third. That back line, that secondary defense must protect the rim. Jordan Johnson, 26-year-old American out of Memphis, Tennessee. Played at Mississippi Valley State in New Orleans. Second season out of Kosovo last season. Three minutes in the second. Foster yet to score in this one. Spencer Reeves with the floater, too strong. They'll get another crack at it. Reeves left alone, feet set. Another crack at it. Big fella stripped away. Somehow Manchester comes up with it. Crowd looking for a foul. Mitchell shovels it. Trying to connect with Adatukasi. It's tipped away. And Manchester has a little bit of an opportunity here. After being down and out, risen from the canvas. It's because this fella right here, Max Jones, is starting to feel good about his game. Kicks it over to the corner, Adatukasi, and Manchester basketball. Taking a right uppercut, but getting right back up and forcing NBC into another timeout. 5-point ball game. They have definitely weathered the storm. I mentioned it at the top. They are battle tested. Watch their quarterfinal against Dynamo Zagreb. That was just an incredible 80 minutes of basketball, blow for blow, possession for possession. I wonder how much that's sharpened them up for this intimidating environment here in Germany, where they all of a sudden have subdued the home fans. They've unplugged the cord from the socket and turned off the music. Well, how will MBC respond after back-to-back timeouts in close proximity? Point guard Callison returns, looking to free up Reeves. Pocket pass inside. Ball lost. Manchester ball.
Substitution, SYNTAINICS MBC.
And it almost feels as though Manchester's offensive spark has contributed to their improved defense here in the last few minutes. Jordan Johnson matched up against Callison. 5-point ball game, 150 in the second. Mitchell with the screen. Loves to get defenders on his back. But that is just terrific defense by the home team. Foster off a double drag. Scoreless here tonight. Skips it over. Callison going back inside. He can't finish, and that's more like it. As Plenidik able to clean up the mess. But this is where Manchester thrives. Getting it out quick, but what a fantastic job of getting back by SYNTAINICS. Adatukasi, wild attempt there. Probably thought he was going to hear the whistle. And a lost opportunity. Shaba right behind Manchester's basketball basket. Look, laser focused on this one. Looking to see who they'll be matched up with tomorrow night. There's Jordan Johnson. Surveying Max Jones. Max Jones, who? And Max Jones this quarter pumping his chest. Starting to feel himself like Beyonce. 25 seconds here. 8 seconds between game and shot clock. Reeves had the hot hand in the first quarter. Has quieted down a little bit. Krusich dribbles it out, steps away, fades away. And Amanya answering back. One last opportunity for Mitchell. And the first half concludes with MBC taking a 7-point lead into the half. After Kyrie Thomas and Spencer Reeves picked up a lion's share of the scoring there in the first half.
Outside halftime, European basketball.
Well, what a ball game. What a first 20 minutes we've endured here in Weissenfels. Manchester weathering the storm will have to feel real good in their locker room. But right now, courtside, we got Franziska Seifert, and she's live with Kyrie Thomas.
Great performance, Kyrie, in the first half so far. Almost all stats on your team's side. What do you have to add, especially in the wild end of the first half, to the second half, that you make the dream of the finals come true?
Yeah, we had a good first half. A good first quarter, but I feel like that second quarter we kind of let our foot up, and we got to stay aggressive and pay attention to detail and still be the tougher team.
Yeah, that sounds like a good plan. So good luck for the second half. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Max, great performance also from your side in the first half, but your team is down at the moment. What do you need to do as a team effort to get control of the game?
Yeah, I think we just need to be more connected. We definitely need to share the ball more. We definitely have to get more paint touches, get in the paint, kickouts. And then obviously the offensive rebounds are killing us right now. We definitely got to do better on the old boards, for sure.
Okay, for that, good energy for the second half and good competitive game. Thank you.
Thank you.
Max Jones of Manchester basketball wanting his team to get more paint touches. Second quarter, they were a little bit more successful at finding little creaks and crevices. On the other hand, Kyrie Thomas felt as though his team slightly let their foot off the accelerator, which give Manchester basketball just a little bit of life. Well, 20 minutes remaining at the half. SYNTAINICS MBC 49, Manchester basketball 42. Make sure that you don't go too far as we see which one of these two teams will be joining Shiki Bushaba tomorrow night, 8 p.m. local time, in the ENBL gold medal game.
kom seine neue Single raus. Place called home. His team singles out in a place called home. Wir machen noch ein bisschen Halbzeit. A little bit of halftime and then second half. Second semi-final, SYNTAINICS MBC against Manchester Basketball.
Welcome back to the Shattat Halle. Live from Wiesenfels, Germany, for the ENBL Vimodrom 2026 Final Four. Second half coming up. First 20 minutes, the home team, the host, SYNTAINICS MBC. Pretty much controlling things, specifically in the paint, where they were dominant nevertheless. 22 points in the paint compared to Manchester Basketball's 8. Manchester Basketball, their style, getting out on the break. Only 5 points there. But they did weather the storm. MBC with a 14-point lead. And Manchester Basketball able to split that in half. Well, 45 seconds until we start to stick our fork into this second half. But before we do us a favor. Get in the comments. Let us know where you represent from today. Where are you tuning in from? We got various countries around the world playing in the ENBL competition. We got 4 countries representing this Final Four. Germany, obviously, Poland, Romania, and the United Kingdom. Well, we know the Germans are representing in the building, but where are you tuning in from? Let us know. get in the comments. Also, while you're at it, hit that like button and subscribe to the ENBL YouTube channel. Well, 24 hours ago, the elephant in the room. Which one of these 2 out of 4 teams will make it to the gold medal game? Well, half has been answered as Callison looking to get his first bucket after going 0 for 6 in the first half. Adedukase with the offensive rebound. Jordan Johnson getting the start over P.J. Smith. Creating a look for Max Jones. Bodies on the floor. MBC coming up with it. And Nicholson tangled up. In the backcourt with Planinich. Both of them fighting for position there. Let's see here. Both on the floor there, but I think it was as they both got up, they both were fighting over who was going to get the front seat. But an intentional, unsportsmanlike foul called on Nicholson. So that would be 2 free throws. For Jurisic, who misses the first. Lead up to 8 as MBC gets the first points of the quarter. Well, the Germans with a healthy 8-point lead, and that's without their point guard at Callison. Well, just on cue. Gets his first bucket of the game after starting 0 for 7. Johnson. Edge defense there by MBC. Snatch back on Callison. Unable to complete the highlight. Jurisic looking to attack Mitchell. Just Crab dribbling his way down inside until finally foul called maybe on the right leg by Mitchell as he sticks it in there. 14-second fresh clock here. .8:35 here in the second half. Third quarter. One of these teams will be playing for a gold medal game. And so far, history is on NBC's side as Foster looking to get his first bucket as well. It's sort of bad news for Manchester, simply because NBC was able to get a 7-point lead there in the first half, and that's without starters Foster and Callison carrying goose eggs into the locker room. I seriously doubt that will continue. Foster joins the party for his first point of the evening. BC slowly starting to escape. Manchester can do with the bucket here. Max Jones, dribble, weaves, pulls up. Nicholson looking to carve in. What a footwork there by Nicholson. Just patiently, poisely steps around. Callison dropping it off. Overcooks it. Back over to Foster. Jurisic. Just so quick on the ball. Foster, 4 seconds on the clock. Short. Nine-point deficit. Johnson over the top. Nicholson skips it right to Thomas, who was playing like a linebacker, but Manchester comes up with it. Mitchell, hold on, and Donovan Mitchell with the Statue of Liberty. And just like that, Manchester again answering back with a 4-point run. Thomas, scoreless this half, stops, pops, got it. He is so elusive, but then the ability to stop on a dime. Johnson, crowd looking for a stop. Extra pass, great ball movement. Manchester, Max Jones left alone, can't capitalize. Nice body there. Foster stepping around, sweeps around, knocked off the rim by Nicholson. What a defensive play there. Manchester on the run. Jordan Johnson sticks it. What a sequence of events. A 5-point turnaround, Manchester. Nicholson with a great defensive play. And Manchester able to turn it into points. That is the identity, the ethos of Manchester basketball. Donovan Mitchell there shaking loose. But then again, Thomas just so nice with it. Speaking of him, drives, kicks, Reeves off the bench with it. Shelton getting the early call. Coach looking to go to his muscle. 6-point deficit. Johnson, snatch, plan, dribbles, kickball. There is some offensively gifted players on this floor. Head coach looking on. Here's P.J. Smith. How will he respond after coming off the bench? Johnson stepping back. Jordan Johnson beginning to heat up. Decides to throw on his white coat and says to Kyrie Thomas, I can do that too. Timeout here in Germany. Manchester basketball looks down on the ground and says, look what I found here. Jordan Johnson really starting to uplift the team out of the United Kingdom. Closer than they ever been in quite some time. Callison in and out, in the paint, heavily defended, inside, and found the bucket. Planitich responding. so patient inside with it. Callison just carving out the defender there. Greatly defended by P.J. Smith. Shelton is only going to stay down for so long. And Planinic completes the three-point play and tells Manchester to put that back. 6-point deficit. Johnson starting to feel good, feeling laughing. Oh my goodness. No, he didn't. Jordan Johnson with a sweeping left kiss off the window. Thomas. Ball screen action with Planage. Tripped up by Adatukasi. And Thomas will take a trip to the line. Kyrie Thomas. I'm sure his name was mentioned in the Manchester locker room. Averaging 16 points in the competition, already 20. With just about 15 minutes to go. He's pretty much played at every level, NBA, EuroLeague, even a taste of the NBA playoffs. You see Duke Shelton there, and that's why he was brought to the party. Usually third in that front line rotation, but a game like this suits him. But sometimes can get on the wrong side of things. But Manchester needing to set the tone. Referee crew just tidying some things up. We can return back to the action. Lead back at 6, and this has been the Jordan Johnson show. Callison checking the rear view mirror. Rightfully so.
2-second technical notes against the bench MBC and number 30 Manchester.
And this is what Duke Shelton is good at. He can mix things up and invite the other bigs. In that occasion, it was Nikic wrestling down low. Coach Matt Otten in his first season with Manchester basketball. Manchester in their second season of existing. And what an incredible story. A year ago, didn't have an owner, didn't have a future, led by Dom Allen, Peter Simmons. And look what they have created in the UK. A franchise on the rise. Speaking of on the rise, P.J. Smith. Unable to rise high enough on that attempt there on the step through, but he is fouled on the offensive attempt there. Only the second personal foul. Smith. Irving with the offensive rebound out of the Kase, throws it up, ball tipped around. Spencer Reeves comes up with it. Callison. lot of player movement and ball movement by the Germans. Callison gets inside, ball tipped up, and Duke Shelton comes up with it. Smith plays ball screen, action, tipped away. Johnson comes up with it, has time, matched up with Reeves. Spins around Reeves, up with the left hand. And a push in the back on, I believe, Reeves. I mean, the way Johnson just spin off of Reeves like dirty laundry. I mean, when you think of natural scoring ability from the guard position in the ENBL, Jordan Johnson has to be in the conversation. Doesn't finish the second. 5-point lead. Manchester looking to get over the hump. Reeves hide and seek from the corner. Can't connect. Johnson again with the blow by. Getting feet in the paint, rises up. MBC dodging a bullet, but not before foul called from half court, and that will spin Reeves to the free throw line. Not really a smart foul that far away from the basket. And if you haven't connected the dots yet, Spencer Reeves, the older brother of Los Angeles Lakers superstar Austin Reeves. So far, Austin Reeves out of the NBA playoffs, so he's telling young bro, hey, while you're on the couch, watch me get after it for a little while. Makes one or two. Shelton with the legal screen. Max Jones added to Kase. And the ball will stay here as Mitchell returns and Zach Irving will rest. Final 2:47, Mitchell rising up over the top. Big time bucket by Donovan Mitchell. Game back at 3, Manchester looking for a stop here. Reeves, nowhere to go with it. Thomas, blow by. Kyrie Thomas can't finish, but a push on the floor. By Max Jones. Great contest there by Duke Shelton. Two hands defending without fouling, but number 9, Nikic, will head to the free throw line because they are in the bonus. Laces up the first. Nikic, 80% from the line. Started his career with Alba Berlin. And the 7-footer will rest. Game seesawing between 3 and 6. Manchester looking to get over the hump. Crowd looking for defense. Jones tipped away. Reeves. Steven Thomas. Great ball movement, gets into Foster, 2 feet in the paint. Thomas attacking a closeout and great half-court defense by Manchester. 8 on the clock, Foster again, Shelton. Foul. NBC's has so much player movement and ball movement in their offense that it is very difficult to contain. You can see why they were the #1 team in the competition. As Marcus Foster goes back to the line. Fun fact, Marcus Foster and Manchester basketball's P.J. Smith were teammates at Furman University back in 2023 and 24. Knocks down both. Lead exactly how we started here in the half. 7 points. Crowd chanted defense again. Asabuin, drive, kick, added to Kasi. Sticking it from the corner. Manchester again responding. Osabuin looking for a flop. Warning there from Nikic. He definitely got into the space of Nikic. I don't know if it was that much contact to fall down. Nevertheless, they are in the bonus, so he will revisit the line. Excuse me, Planinic. Little housekeeping there. Planinic, number 44, knocks down both. And here goes the team's captain. Charles Callison returns. Johnson. Nice backdoor pass. P.J. Smith with a lovely left-hand finish. Final minute here in Germany. 4-point deficit. Reeves looking to change it. And another off the ball foul by Manchester. Manchester beginning to feel frustrated because they're getting stopped, but they can't keep the home team off the glass, and that is the right call. Osabuin locked horns with Planinic. Well, like I mentioned before, you get no size break because Welk goes and takes a break, and yep, here comes Nemanja, another big body. So again, MBC living here at the free throw line these last couple of minutes. As Mitchell cleans it up. Johnson on the 1s and 2s, matched up against Callison. Callison. Mitchell attacking over the top. Osabuin had a wide open layup. Deferred to out of the Kase, and he hits back-to-back corner triples, and Manchester has clawed themselves all the way back to 2. Final possession here in the half. MBC can hold for 1. Spencer Reeves calling up for a screen. fighting off over the top. Little bit too healthy, but Pregame right on time answers in. And MBC answers back, and they go into the final frame with a 4-point lead. Wow, wow, wow. What a fourth quarter we have coming up for you. MBC 70, Manchester Basketball 66.
So, Leute, ist einfach schon auf die andere Grundlinie-Seite. Christian, du gehst schon auf diese Seite. Es geht jetzt um 100 € vom Halle Leipzig des Styles Outlets. Was ihr machen müsst, beim Wolf den Ball abholen, zurück.
Welcome back to the Stadthalle. 30 minutes in it. And I can only describe this game in one phrase. It's like leftover spaghetti. It's so good. MBC 70, Manchester 66. Back and forth we go. 10 minutes to decide which one of these teams will be joining Ziki Vashava in the gold medal game tomorrow night, 8 p.m. local time. For the capacity crowd here, would love not to have to take off work early. But Manchester Basketball and their traveling fan base looking to be a little bit greedy. Here we go. Johnson. PJ Smith has a man inside. Osabuwin. 2-point ball game. You can feel the tension in the building with every dribble. Foster. Been quiet offensively. Reeves quiet in his second half. Again, that first step. He has drawn 4 fouls on that specific play. Watch again. Soon as he takes a dribble, he just absorbs the body of the defender. Reeves. Allison running out of time. 3 seconds on the clock. Rises over the top. Max Jones in Manchester. Reeves comes up with it. Another offensive rebound. Callison. Charles Callison. First 3 ball of the evening. Perfect timing. Lead back up to 5. Osabuwin inside, out to Kase. Temporarily loses it. Over the top, PJ Smith. 1 second, gotta let it go. Lets it go from deep. And a shot clock violation there called on PJ Smith. He will go take a seat as Donovan Mitchell provides the size. Almost feel as though Manchester needs a stop here. Callison back around. Reeves swipes around. Ball screen action with Planetich. Nice roll. Skips it over. Drisic with that great first step. throws up something at the rim, and again, back-to-back shot clock violations. So both teams starting to squeeze the vice grips defensively. Shelton returns for Asabuin. Both teams going back and forth. Which team will prevail? Johnson. 17 points on the night. All off the dribble, looking to continue. Great defense there by the big fella. Callison. Foster, flop warning. Can't knock it down from the corner. Flop warning called on Jordan Johnson. Most shaken bait. Jurisic, knowing the scouting report, could feel the slippery ice and immediately takes the foul. You see right there, flop warning called on Jordan Johnson. And then a technical foul call on Johnson. And the timing couldn't be any worse. You can't allow your frustrations to overcome you. Johnson conversating with Max Jones. Sandy's in control, just wants an explanation from the referee. Meanwhile, Spencer Reeves taking care of business, pushing the lead back up to 6. .7:39 left. Fans biting their fingernails, leaning over the barristers. Johnson inside, Duke Shelton meets bodies somehow, some way. Muscles around and then flexes at the capacity crowd. Thomas. Reeves. Jurisic with that lovely quick first step, gets Mitchell on his back, looking to go to work. Left, sweeping, hook, beautiful. Takasi, nowhere to go, and it rolls in. Tim Adetukasi is able to take the body blow, and at the dying second, floats it in. And Manchester basketball just won't go away. Three-point ball game again. Callison looking to get inside, drops it off. Nice plug and play by the point guard. Spoon feeding Jurisic. Back at 5. Johnson over the top. Shelton, great footwork. Mitchell attacks the closeout. Over the top. Duke Shelton, what a connection. Both teams rising to the occasion. MBC, your turn. Reeves getting Johnson on his hip. Johnson has to be careful. Matched up with Reeves. 6 on the clock. Back over the top. Jurisic drops it in, and what a play. What a connection, big to big. And all of a sudden, both teams really executing offensively. Mitchell. And what a rebound by Shelton. Shelton cleaning up the dirty dishes in the sink. And back and forth we go. Jurisic Allison getting inside to the teeth, rises over the top, hits the front end. Offensive rebounds has been a struggle. Push fall count on Callison. That will be the third team foul on MBC. And Callison's in disbelief. Well, both coaches reading the room, understanding that fans in the building, fans at home, we just got to catch our breath for a minute. Timeout called here in Germany. Drama unfolding here in Stadthalle. Wiesenfels, Germany. Two heavyweights going blow for blow. SYNTAINICS, MBC, the host, Manchester Basketball, out of the United Kingdom, looking to make a name for themselves. 6 on the clock, Duke Shelton. Duke Shelton has been incredible here. Got a small bite of the apple late in the first half. Coach recognizing his physical services are required, and so got the early call here in the second half. And has absolutely delivered. One-point ball game as we enter the final 5 minutes here in the ENBL Final Four matchup. Reeves, offensive foul called on Planinich. Jordan Johnson on the recipient end of that illegal screen. See it right there, just flexing out the right hip, and Manchester Basketball has an opportunity to regain the lead, has only led by as much as 1. Max Jones getting Reeves, nothing called. Reeves! Defense there by Planinich. Just showing 2 hands, defending without fouling. Max Jones anticipating the foul, and MBC gets the stop. We now enter clutch time. 4:30. Great ball movement. Thomas been quiet this half, but there it is. Right on time, Kyrie Thomas. Jordan Johnson with the hezzy over the top, and Jordan Johnson. My, says Johnny Gill. One-point ball game. Dreesic. Thomas lacing it up. Short, Manchester. Over the top, Jordan Johnson off to the races. Baseline out of bounds. Manchester basketball, 3:41 with an opportunity to take the lead for the first time this half. Mitchell, Johnson. Been impossible to guard this half. Duke Shelton, Tyree Thompson comes up with it. They get their stop. Ball screen action. Adekasi with the switch. Kyrie Thompson, he can't finish. Ball knocked around. Max Jones tripped up. And crew chief right on top of it. Marius Chulin. You can almost hear the Manchester fans at home screaming for a foul. Manchester basketball's in the bonus. With an opportunity of a lifetime for Mac Jones. 90% on the season. Well, Manchester with an opportunity to lead for the first time since it was 12-11. Manchester basketball on top. 3 minutes here in Germany. Callison off to the rim. Nice finish. And Charles Callison answering the call. MBC back on top. Crowd looking for a stop. Everybody on their feet. Jordan Johnson been electric all night. Trying to put Callison in a body bag. And it is just impossible to stay in front as Charles Callison picks up his 4th foul. The European North Basketball League putting on an incredible Day 1 event here in Germany. As Jordan Johnson ties it back up. Locked up at 84. Crowd is deafening. Jordan Johnson and the Manchester basketball regains the lead, and Duke Shelton, a job well done, sir. And Matt Nicholson looking to complete the job that Shelton has provided. Callison looking to get inside the paint again, and Callison with back-to-back buckets, layups at the rim. And if you're Manchester, you got to have a little bit more bite than that. Inside, Johnson. Nearly stolen away, but we'll stay here. 86-85. 2:21 remaining. And Matt Odden is like, let's get Duke back in there. Duke Shelton back in for Nicholson. 13 on the clock. Manchester down 1. Here's Max Jones. 10 on the clock. Ball screen action against Thomas. Getting down, sent to his weak hand. Dribble, Duke Shelton. And what a finish by Duke Shelton! And Coach Matt Otten looks like the smartest man in Germany. Duke Shelton. Incredible minutes here today. Spencer Reeves attacking a closeout. Heavily defended by Manchester. Callison and Manchester. Jordan Johnson, 1 point lead in the ball. Jordan Johnson giving the MBC defenders fits all night. Matched up against Callison, looking to get the switch with Reeves. He does. Mitchell inside, over the top. Shelton, 3 on the clock, has to float it up, and 3 seconds called. If you're Duke Shelton, you must go up with it. And Coach Matt Outen playing cat and mouse. Nicholson back in for the defensive purposes. Duke Shelton not far back. Sitting in between the coaches. Looks like he's going to play offense, defense. 86-87, Thomas. Reeves, MVP. In the locker, looking to show his worth. Playing cat and mouse, rises over Johnson. Can't finish, Nicholson gobbles it up. 1 minute remaining. Manchester looking to throw out a knockout punch. Johnson dribbles inside, gets into corner, out of the Case, and he's fouled. And Ada Takasi fouled on this attempt here only because previously he knocked down 2 triples from the opposite corner. Hence why he received an aggressive closeout, which he wasn't receiving earlier in this one. Here's the hard part. Can almost feel the pressure that Ada Takase feels with the capacity crowd breathing down his neck and waving flags in front of his face. 2-point lead for Manchester, but not before NBC calls for time. Well, if for some reason you've been living under a rock and you're just joining us, you missed out on all the drama, but I'm here to catch you up. NBC out the gate early. Lead as big as 14. Manchester clawing back right before the half, taking it down to 7 into half. Third quarter, back and forth between 3 and 5. Manchester unable to get under the hump. In the fourth quarter, after climbing and falling, finally able to get traction and get on top of the mountain. And so currently standing tall in Wiesenfels, Germany, on top of a mountain holding the flag. Looking to take it into tomorrow's night championship game, 51 seconds here. Capacity crowd on their feet. Thomas, double drag screen. Callison coming off a screen himself, leaves Welp in the corner, short! Max Jones comes up with it. You must get a stop. 10 on the clock, Reeves. Got to put on his defensive boots here, not before the switch. Jones getting what he's asked for. In a split, nowhere to go, fades away, off the record. Asabuin comes up with it. Asabuin coming up with the offensive rebound. And the former Big 12 Defensive Player of the Year with an opportunity to do the unthinkable. From the United Kingdom all the way to Berlin. And then the 2-hour train ride to Wiesenfels. We have an official review. Are they checking the clock there? I guess they're trying to see exactly how much time was left there. Well, crew chief, experienced referee, Marius Chulin. We settle at 10.3. Gabe Asabuin, 44% from the free throw line this season, has an opportunity to throw a knockout blow in Germany. Way off. The Germans have life. And it rolls in. Gabe Asabuin, 44% on the season. Steps up after the ball touches every inch of the rim before dropping in. Manchester basketball from the Super League out in the United Kingdom has an opportunity to represent that league in back-to-back years in the gold medal game. If you have never heard of professional basketball in the UK, I'm sure you do now. But we're not done yet. SYNTAINICS MBC controlling the ball game all afternoon. It comes to this, 10.7 seconds left, 3-point deficit. Here we go. Reeves, left with space, nearly turned over. Reeves, nowhere to go. Shot clock winding down. Chunks up a prayer. 4 seconds on the clock. Thomas at the buzzer. And it's off. Manchester basketball comes to Germany and does the unthinkable. Down and out all evening. Continuously knocked out with body blows, uppercuts. But some way, somehow, those 7 traveling fans along with the team in the white jersey, showing character, showing perseverance, showing that they are Manchester basketball, and the home fans are in absolute disbelief.
Ciao, Sonntag. Morgen 17 Uhr, Spielplatz 3, das ist 16 Uhr bei der SYNTAINICS. Ach, tut mir leid, dass ich der falsche Wort benutzt habe, aber ich
Stunned scenes here. In Germany, as Manchester basketball, in their second year of existence, some way, somehow, looks on the ground and says, look what I found. A trip to the gold medal game. Wow. Incredible scenes here. Jordan Johnson getting the start in the second half. Just causing all kind of issues. For the home team guard, 21 points. MVP Spencer Reeves, quiet in the second half. Kyrie Thomas, after that explosive first half, subdued. Well, we're gonna hear from the game's MVP, Jordan Johnson, who's now on the floor with our reporter.
The second finalist of the ENBL Top 4 2026 is Manchester Basketball in a very tough game. They defeated MBC with 89-86. So I have here Jordan Johnson, who was main contributor to the game. So you have been down almost the whole game. What in your eyes was the game changer at the end for your team?
I feel like the game changer was us just sticking together, knowing what works and what doesn't. We knew, like you said, we got down early, but we knew once we got to playing our game, we was going to make a run.
Yeah, so you played hard, you played tough, you took up the pace. That's what your coach also wanted from you, so kept the pace high over the whole game. That was probably pretty exhausting. But in general, how do you prepare? You made some very tough shots, you had high scoring today. How do you prepare mentally for a game like that?
Basically just being ready for anything that come my way. If I have to get my teammates involved through assists, that's me. But tonight I had made a couple shots and the rhythm got going. My rhythm helped my teammates get going and we came out with the victory.
Yeah, so that was a really tough one. Now that was, so you need some regeneration. How do you keep the momentum high and carry that to tomorrow's final game?
Just staying level-headed, knowing, like I said, watch film, know what got us down early and make sure we limit our mistakes tomorrow and hopefully we come out with the victory.
Okay, for this, good luck, and we'll see each other tomorrow. Have a good evening. Congratulations again.
Manchester Basketball, all the way from the United Kingdom, representing the Super League basketball, comes over to Wiesenfels, Germany, and shocks the host representing the Bundesliga. Here's your highlights. I'll do my best to try to tie this up for you, but I don't even know what happened. The scenes was set perfectly for the host. The whole town coming out dressed in yellow t-shirts, deafening, intimidating, controlling the first half. Thomas, 17 first half points. Spencer off the bench as well. But then Manchester somehow found something from deep inside that they pulled and clawed themselves back into it. Jordan Johnson, Matt Auden getting in the start in the second half, pulling out the Duke Shelton card, who was able to match up with the physicality of SYNTAINICS. And when the money and chips were in the center of the table, it was Manchester basketball that was able to capitalize on the all-in call. So that leaves us with Manchester basketball, Ziki Vashava matched up in the gold medal game tomorrow. Who saw that coming? Both underdogs. CSO Voluntari, the number 3 seed, going down early. The number 1 seed, SYNTAINICS, the favorites, 6-0 here, all season, dominant. And they're left with a bronze medal game. Well, that does it here for tonight. What an incredible event that ENBL has put on. Make sure that you like and subscribe to the YouTube channel, and do not miss the action coming tomorrow. Bronze medal game, CSO Voluntari versus the host SYNTAINICS, and then for the dessert, Manchester basketball versus Ziki Vashava. I'm your commentator, Drew Lasker. It's been a pleasure. Good night, and see you tomorrow.
ENBLeague.